Red Bull absolutely dominated in 2022 with the RB18 to secure the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship. And 2023 got off to a great start as well, with both Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez securing a 1-2 finish in Bahrain in a seemingly untouchable RB19. However, a key figure with Red Bull's upper management believes that their advantage could begin to melt away sooner than expected. This is one you don't want to miss, guys, but before we begin, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content, and with that said, let's get straight into the video. The opening race in Bahrain was what you might call plain sailing for Red Bull. Once the lights went out, Max Verstappen left all rivals in his wake and would go on to finish 12 seconds clear of second place sitter and teammate Sergio Perez. The RB19 performed so well in Bahrain that it's likely Red Bull could have gone for any pit stop strategy on the day and still come home with the win. However, the future does not look as bright for Red Bull this year, as Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko believes that their advantage within the aerodynamic development could soon melt away. This is due to the impact of the penalty that they were handed last year for breaching the cost cap in 2021. So it's safe to say that Red Bull are fighting for the championship with a handicap this year. Not only do they receive less wind tunnel time due to being the champions last year, they also have lost an additional 10% on top of that, along with the big $7 million fine, a penalty that Horner at the time called a draconian penalty. So as we get deeper into the season, Red Bull will begin to feel the sting of the penalty as their rivals will have more time to develop the car in regards to the aerodynamic developments, taking full advantage of the penalty that Red Bull shall be carrying with them as the season progresses. So whilst Red Bull seem relaxed in their position of dominance right now, Marko has stated that inside the camp they are far from it. With the penalty looming large, Marko has revealed that Red Bull had to be much more prepared this year and had to work as efficiently as possible in regards to using the wind tunnel, with a clear plan put in place for each run that the team carried out on the RB19. And although they have managed well so far to stay on top of everything, he believes the coming months will be a completely different story. We prepared ourselves optimally for the season. Once we knew that this penalty would be imposed, it was clear that when we went into the wind tunnel, it had to be done in an efficient manner and each run with a clear plan. At the moment, we've managed to do all of that. But of course, as the season progresses and we run out of wind tunnel time, the others will still have that available and our lead will then melt away. That's why it's extremely important that we take the points with us now. Red Bull know that the title fight is by no means in the bag yet, and it would be foolish for any team to assume that with just one race in the bag, especially with the penalty that Red Bull have against them right now, hence the reason that they are focused on securing as many points as possible early on. Whilst Red Bull seemed unstoppable in Bahrain, it's easy to believe that they can follow that same trajectory for the rest of the season. However, the surfacing of the track in Bahrain is extremely rough, Marko said, and tyre wear plays a massive role. The abrasive surface is what made it very tough for many of the teams to keep ahead due to high tyre degradation, which resulted in the need to box early or more often than planned. During the same interview, Marko also went on to clear up some rumours regarding the issues that Red Bull suffered during the Bahrain practice sessions, where they were confused about why they were struggling to find the right balance for the RB19, which was resulting in some strong understeer which Verstappen does not like. With many fans and pundits believing that understeer was induced by Red Bull having to raise the ride height more than they would have liked due to the rubbing of the plank. However, Marko has now dismissed this in his recent statement. No, that story is not true like that. We had a super balanced car during testing in Bahrain, and then on Friday we suddenly had relatively strong understeer. That's something Max doesn't like at all. But other teams had that too. It must have been another factor, maybe sand, temperature, whatever. And then we painstakingly, I have to say, found our way back to a setup that allowed Max to drive to pole position and then also take the win. So some teething problems in testing, but that seems to be the least of Red Bull's problems, now that Helmut Marko has echoed the effects the cost cap penalty is going to have on Red Bull throughout the remainder of the very long 2023 season. But do you think the penalty is going to have a significant impact? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today, guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content, and until the next time, bye bye.